development. The Supreme Court has ruled that the Aadhaar card cannot be accepted as a proof of age on any person. This verdict sets aside an earlier High Court verdict which accepted Aadhaar as a date of birth proof while deciding upon a motor accident compensation case. The Supreme Court bench, comprising of Justice Sanjay Karol and Ujjal Bhuyan, however, said that it was not inclined to accept the suitability of the Aadhaar card as proof of age. The court observed that instead of referring to the date of birth mentioned in the Aadhaar card, the age of a person can be more authoritatively determined from the date of birth mentioned in the school leaving certificate. The court noted that the school leaving certificate has statutory recognition under Section 94 of the Juvenile Justice Act of 2015. The Supreme Court made this observation on Aadhaar while hearing a motor accident compensation claim, as I mentioned. The motor accident claim tribunal had decided a certain amount as compensation, but the High Court reduced the decided compensation amount, noting that the tribunal had wrongly applied the age multiplier while determining the compensation to the deceased. In this case, the High Court had relied upon the date of birth mentioned in the deceased's Aadhaar to determine his and then calculate the compensation amount. This was, however, challenged on the contention that the High Court erred in referring to the Aadhaar card to calculate the deceased person's age. The appellants instead referred to the deceased school leaving certificate to determine his age and calculate the compensation amount on that basis. The bench found merit in the contention made by the appellant and overturned the earlier verdict given by the court. The bench, while giving its decision, also noted that the Unique Identification Authority of India, which is the authority responsible for issuing Aadhaar cards, by way of its circular number 8 of 2023, has stated that an Aadhaar card, while can be used to establish identity, it is not per se proof of date of birth. The essence of the matter is that the two-judge bench of the Supreme Court was not convinced of the suitability of the Aadhaar card as proof of age and saw more merit in using school leaving certificate for the same. So this is an important judgment that is going to touch upon a lot of issues. And the Supreme Court, after giving its order, will have its impact on the transaction of business of common people related to law, legality and the courts. And the Supreme Court has put its seal on this matter, which was debated, politically contested, and finally one aspect of it has been put to rest in a very strong way. And that has done by the Honorable Supreme Court of India.
Who am I?